coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Boom, boom. I appreciate the support. 33, man. 33 years of prison stories. We out here. We grinding. We putting this message out there, man. Appreciate everybody who went and, you know, cop some of the new merchandise. We got some more coming out soon, so stay tuned. We also gonna have a special edition, man. You know, it's gonna be a limited edition for certain people, man. So y'all gonna have to jump on it. We want this stuff out there, man. We want people to wear it. We want people to see it. And we want to get that message out there, man, and bring them over here to TBP Nation, man. Big love, big love. Today, man, I wanted to talk to y'all about, man, you know, talking to Hollywood last night, man. Hollywood Trail. Shout out Hollywood Trail. It just made me bring up an incident, and he told me I should, you know, tell a story about that, man. But I'm talking about them attack dogs and them assault rifles, man. Them guns in prison, man. That changed the game in prison, you know, at least down here in VA, you know, in the state. You know, I know they say, you know, they got the guns and the dogs or what all, you know, in the feds. But I ain't never been in the feds, so I don't know nothing about that. So that was not nothing that I was really accustomed to, you know, doing time, especially doing as much time as I did. You know, you always just had to deal with the police, you know. Not so much. The only time you're gonna really have to deal with the gun is probably if you was trying to escape or something like that. You know, they gonna shoot you off the gate. You know what I'm saying, or something like that. But on the infrastructure, the inside of the prison, man, you didn't too much have to worry about the guns. You know, in fact, at this time, I probably had never seen the guns on the inside of the prison besides doing a riot or when they came to get Saifu. You know, I guess they figured they need the guns for him. But other than that, I hadn't seen no guns, man. I think the first time I was around the gun and the dogs, man, was like 2000 and maybe like 2001 or 2 when I went to Sussex 2. They got both. You know what I'm saying? They got both. And they will use them, you know, without hesitation, man. They let the dog just, you know, chew you up, man. They'll bust that gun on you, pow! You know, yeah, it was going down, man. And that was a like, you know, shock to me, you know, because I wasn't used to that. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to have to worry about, you know, dealing with this dude or dealing with these dudes, and you may have to go to war with them. You got to worry about that Bethlehem coming at you. You know, that should be your main focus, you know. But now you got to factor in too where, you know, while you may be in battle or you may be fighting for your life, you also, you know, may get shot from the blind side. You also may, you know, had a dog run up behind you and just grab your calf and start, you know, ripping your muscles loose from your limbs and stuff. So, man, it's it's like you're in a war zone now, you know what I'm saying? Because it's crazy. I never understood the, you know, the psychology behind that, because if you're supposed to be there, meaning the officers or whatever, to protect and guide or whatnot, how is it you helping somebody if they fighting? If this is a regular fist fight, if you just ain't no weapons, they gonna shoot you. You know what I'm saying? They gonna shoot you and they gonna let the dog bite you. But their justification is gonna be that they protecting you, or they, you know, securing the place. How? You mean to tell me getting shot or getting bit by a dog, I'm gonna get injured less than I am fist fight? That's asinine to me. You know what I'm saying? And this is what they was doing. I mean, on a regular basis, they was shooting you on Sussex 2 when I got for crossing over a line. I spoke about these things. Maybe not in depth, but I've spoke about them in the Sussex videos and the Wallace Ridge videos and things like that. But yeah, they shoot you for crossing the line, man. You know, you step across the line, and pow, they done shot you. You know what I'm saying? You get to arguing, you know, with aggression in your voice, you know, pow, they'll shoot you. You know what I'm saying? So it was mind boggling to me, man. And that creates a different level of paranoia in you, man. It creates a different level of how you act. You know what I'm saying? It curves your aggression. You know, maybe that's what they were meant for it to do, but I'm saying at the same time, doing that also puts you at risk to what you got to deal with on a daily basis. You see what I'm saying? If you get more so tame, or you more so worried about what's going to happen to you if you handle this, then, you know, it might, you know, alter your decision making. And altering your decision making in an area that you need to focus on, and do certain things you need to do to survive in this environment can be, you know, detrimental to you. That could be detrimental to you, you know what I'm saying? Because you, oh, I ain't gonna do this, cause I'm gonna let this go. Because, yeah, the thing you let that go could be the death of you, you know? Yeah, the very thing that you let go could be the death of you, you know? So you have to address issues when you're in prison. You have no other choice, man. If you don't address them issues will address you. So, like I said, this created a whole different environment, man, and this became, like, as time went on in my bid, it became the new norm, you know, because when you own these high level prisons now, you know, in Virginia, that's what they got. They got the dogs, they got the guns. Oh yeah, and don't forget they got the shock shields too. They got a shield that they will, you know, when they have to extract you from a cell and they a little paranoid, you know, even though they got on all these Ninja Turtle suits and all this protection and everything, and, you know, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 COs in one individual, no matter how big or how small, one individual, they're that nervous that they may get the shock shield and come in there and electrocute you first, and then pin you down and hog tie you and do all of this foolishness to you, man. So yeah, this is this is some vicious stuff, man, that be going on in there. And they call it legal, you know what I'm saying? They get away with this every day, you know what I'm saying? And answer to no one, you know. So yeah, them dogs, man, though, them dogs was really a problem. I never really you know, rock with them dogs anyway, man. You know, dog bit me when I was little, man. You know, took my little lunchbox, man. So me and dogs ain't never really got along anyway. So, you know, George Mason, the only dog I rock with right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, them dogs, man, they train to bite you. They train to attack. They train to, you know, just be aggressive just off a sight of you alone. You know, so. And like I say, you could get in a regular fist fight, man. And if you on one of them high level Sussex 2 or Sussex 1 or King Mountain, Wallace Ridge, Red Onion, man, you get in a regular fist fight. If they see you, if they acknowledge that the fight, they're going to shoot you. You know what I'm saying? They are going to shoot you. And when the dogs come, even if you on the ground, it's still a good chance you still may get bit. You know, because they're going to let the dog bite you, because they're going to justify by saying that he had to bite you before they can get close to you and handcuff you, make sure you were secure and you didn't jump up with a weapon and just start stabbing them or whatever, like that ever happened. You know what I'm saying? You got a gun on you, you got a dog right there, you got 15, 20 officers, and you going to just jump up and just start. Come on, man. Come on, man. It don't even make sense. And they can't make it make sense, but, you know, they get away with it, you know. So, like I say, this right here changed the mindset of many dudes, man. Because even me myself, you know, I definitely ain't gonna sit up here and look in this camera and tell y'all that I wanted to get shot or I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, get bit by. Nah, I ain't want none of that, you know. And it was happening, you know what I'm saying. And dudes was losing eyes. You know what I'm saying? Dudes getting big ripped holes in them, in their side, in their arm, in their leg, you know, dudes in their face, you know. So it was brutal, man. It was real brutal, man. And it always seemed like the K9 people are always aggressive. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all, even when I was at Wallace Ridge, no, River North. Don't let me forget River North. River North had some of the most vicious dogs and vicious K9 officers that I've been around. They was just straight racist. They was straight aggressive, and they, man, Yeah, I told y'all about the woman I had. She tried to press me and intimidate me with the dog. And that almost became a serious incident, man, because if I was going to get bit, you know what I'm saying, if it wasn't nothing I could do about it, I was going to do what I can do about it at that moment. So, yeah, it would have got ugly, super ugly, and no telling what would have happened to me, because what I was going to do in retaliation, it ain't no telling what would have happened to me. But it's definitely something that I wouldn't have been able to just let go. I wasn't at that stage in my life where I'm just going to let you just brutalize me just because you can. And then by some way, that's all over and I'm healed up or whatever. And then I'm just walking out there and you just walking around me like it's all good. Nah, I ain't built like that. I'm not built like that. I couldn't have did that. So, thank God that ain't happened. But I've seen it happen to many dudes, man, many of them. And, like I say, I remember one of the first times I think I said in one of my videos that they bust a gun on Sussex when I was just cutting hair. And I cut hair in the block. So I'm cutting hair and the next thing you know, I got headphones on, but I got one ear on and one ear off so I can hear my surroundings and keep the dude who hair I'm cutting from just talking me to death. So then the next thing you know, man, it's like I heard something and then I felt like things just popping off the wall. So I'm looking around, but it was two dudes above me fighting. They just fist fighting, no weapons, no nothing. And they just stopped. The dude in the booth just started busting like it wasn't nothing, like he was waiting on this. Blow, back out, black out. And I mean, the Jones was hitting the side of the joint and bouncing off. They got these little pellets. And they just come out, man, there'd be a lot of them, and they just bounce off, man. They can hit you in your eye, they can hit you in your face, So, man, I remember, like, dropping the clippers and getting over there by the sink they had in there. I'm trying to say it right. Y'all be laughing at my sink or zinc or whatever. Y'all know what I mean. But I try to get over there behind that and, just basically cover my face to make sure that, wouldn't nothing hit my face. But that's just how I go down in there. No warning, no nothing. They just bust. And you got to get down. Now, me personally, by me squatting down over behind the toilet or the sink and trying to not get hit in my face, technically they could have shot me because I won't laying down. You got to lay down flat and spread out and all of this type of stuff so they can see your hands and feet and all this. But man, I was thinking about me. You know what I'm saying? So when the shooting did stop, I just slid over and then went ahead and laid down and got in, the formation that you're supposed to be in. But man, that was boom, eye-opening right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh man, they tripping. You know what I'm saying? They is straight tripping in here. And like I say, even when the dudes heard the first shot, they got in on the ground, but they were still shooting. Still shooting. It's like you give people a gun and you give people the right to do these things, and some people just want to do it to know what it feels like. You know what I'm saying? To shoot somebody. You know what I'm saying? And don't have to, pay for it. Don't have to be punished for it. You see what I'm saying? And this is what goes on in there. But yeah, and then when the dogs come, they gonna run up on you and they gonna let the dog and and grabbing you and all this and shaking you while you're all the way down. Stay still. Put your hand. My hand's already out. I'm already still. Or how can I stay still when I'm in pain? You know what I'm saying? This is what you're going through. So man, you seeing this stuff and you making mental notes. I was making mental notes, man. This is the consequences. Besides the consequences you got to go through for protecting your person, rumbling, putting the Bethlehem in somebody, making sure they don't put any. Besides that, now you got to deal with this as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's some heavy stuff to think about, man. Some heavy stuff to be on your brain. And this gave a lot of other dudes a lot of more testosterone, a lot of more mouth, a lot of more, courage that they ain't never had. Because now they're going to talk to you crazy and bark all to get loud because they were saying in their mind, they calculating the odds. Oh, he don't want no smoke. Oh, he ain't trying to get shot. Oh, yeah, and you not neither. You know what I'm saying? But they'll push that limit, just to boost their reputation. So yeah, man, dudes, this brought about more so the era of dudes snatching dudes in the cell or dudes telling dudes, oh, let's go in the cell. Because you can go in the cell, get the rumbling and woo, and you ain't got to worry about getting shot at least. But even if they catch you in the cell or somebody notify them, you may not get shot, but you still may get bit by the dog. Because when they come open the door or bust the door, y'all in the cell fighting, they still gonna let the dog go on. You know, because they gonna feel like they being cautious or they making sure that you ain't got nothing. So you may duck the bullet, but you ain't gonna duck them. You don't duck them teeth. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So yeah, I remember moving on from there, and you know, Wallace Ridge, and like I say, Wallace Ridge was super racist anyway. So I seen a lot of dog attacks on Wallace Ridge, man. A whole lot of them, man. I mean, I seen dudes get bit. I seen the aftermath of it. I ran into the dudes later, and I seen the rips, the holes on their leg, the holes on their thighs. You know, these are scars for life. For life, you understand? And they do it up there on the regular, you know, and they would give you, the perception is they want you to fight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want you to fight. You know, I told y'all the story when the warden one time came in there and he made his little statement, man. You know, a little country bumpkin that he was. He was like, man, you know, because a lot of people was calling home complaining to their people, even people that won't even in incidents, saying that, hey, I might get shot up here, or dog might bite me, because you could be laying on the floor and the dog walking by you, because you got to, you know, be mindful that if somebody get to fight, everybody got to lay down on the floor. So if the people that get to fighting is in the back of the pod, everybody's laying on the floor where you at. You got to lay down right where you at to prevent from getting shot. So as they come in there walking the dog, you got to imagine that the dog is walking by you and you laying down. The dog, you laying down like this, the dog may walk right by your face, and if he see fit to grab you, he might grab you. You see? So you can get bit not even having an incident. It has happened several occasions. You see what I'm saying? So they're going to the people who was involved with the incident. If it's already stopped, they still going to them. But they got to walk and navigate through all these people, you know, and you can't move. You can't get up, because then you showing a sign of aggression in their eyes. So you got to lay down here and have this dog walking all by you and hope that he don't bite you. You know, and they just standing all over top of you while you lay down on the ground like an animal, and they just talking and, you know, chewing tobacco and laughing and talking and kikiing and ha-haing, and you laying down here like, man, when can I get up from this foolishness? You know, then they may get all about the mace. They may come in spraying the big riot mace can, you know, and everybody is choking and, you know, insanity, my dude. Insanity, you know. And Wallace Ridge, man, that was like, whew, I was like, man, this is unbelievable. And I used to always think in my mind, you know, there's no way in the world that people on the street, this in power or this in position to be, you know, to be a voice for these prisons or running these prisons. It's like they cannot be knowing what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? There's no way. There's no way they can condone this or be knowing, but obviously they do, you know, because like I said, it was continuous and it was there the whole time I was there. I'm sure it's going on right now. It was there when I left, you know, so it just became the new norm. When you on a high level prison, the dogs, the guns, and the shields is all going to be a part of your bit, you know, and that's all really protecting them. Where is it protecting you in any kind of way? All of these things that I aforementioned will injure you. They will hurt you. How is it protecting you? You know, you could be fighting a dude, or a dude could be trying to stab you with the Bethlehem in there, and you don't have one, and you rumbling him, but you may get shot. So you done ducked the Bethlehem, but you done took the bullet. you know what I'm saying? So how did that help me? How did it help me in any way? You know, so it's crazy, you know, but it goes on, and the dogs are so out of control. I've seen the dogs turn and bite other officers. Yeah, I have seen the dogs turn and bite other officers. I remember two dudes was fighting in there, and they kept rumbling. You know, they done got shot and everything, but they try to get over there and get behind the they got stairways. They try to get behind the stairway, so the pellets are ricocheted off the stairway. You got less chance of taking a direct shot if you fight over there. So evidently they was beefing enough where they wanted, you know, they wanted to get it in. They wanted, you know, to exchange some blows with each other and see who was about their life. And they rumbling, and the people noticing, they start busting, pow, pow. pow. Everybody getting in on the ground, everybody laying there, they steady just busting. Pow, pow. Reload, busting, boom. But they done call it code. So when they call it code and the people come running in there, they running in there with the dogs and all their little squad and everything. And by then, these dudes trying to, they trying to get in. So they get in. But then when they get over there on them, man, dudes stand back up and start fighting again. So when he stand up, the other one stop. So they start fighting again. So now the police is apprehensive, but they ain't shooting no more than them because the police is down there around with them. So now they got the dog people in there. So one dog person come, the other dog person come. So now the dog grab him and start, shaking the dude, and he trying to get down there, all right, and the other dude just drop and lay down. So boom, they jumping on one trying to get the other one, but he moving because the dog is biting him. They trying to tell him to stay still, but he's steady moving. And then the officer try to get close to him, so he want to try to put his knee in his back and try to, put his arm behind the back and cuff him. But the dog is there, and the canine dude is holding the dog. So I guess the dog ain't realized the difference between, him and him. So the dog stopped biting him and latched on him and started biting him and shaking him. So he jump up and screaming, ah. And the dog man's trying to pull him back. The dude, CO, pull his mace out and mace the dog. You know what I'm saying? So now he's beefing with this with the canine dude. What you let him bite me for? What you mace my dog for? And they beefing. And yet you got dudes laying down here on the ground, and you got all the rest of us laying down like some trash on the ground, and they just sitting up here arguing and beefing, all unprofessional, everything. It's just was pure chaos, man. We might have laid on the ground that day in the block, man, for an excess of an hour. You know what I'm saying? In excess of an hour. So it just was pure chaos, man. And this is some of the things that goes down in there. Yeah, so after 2001, 2002, so you're talking about 2020, almost a decade. By the time you get to 2020, it would be hard pressed for you to find, it'd be 50-50. 50-50 for you to find somebody who's been up there in the mountains for years, especially over 5, 6, 10 years or something like that or better, in the system that been up there in the mountains and ain't got dog bites on them. They don't have dog bites on them, dog scars, one time they took them out, but one time before I got there, thank God, they was having the cattle prong, man, where they was shocking dudes, you know what I'm saying, and leaving burnt marks on them, on their face, on their neck, on their back, where the people have pressed the cattle prong in them and just brutally abused them, man, so yeah, but by 2020, if you was up there in the mountains for a long period of time, a lot of them dudes, man, they got they got dog bites on them, man, because either they was in an altercation in the block or they was in an altercation on the yard, and these are the places that you 100% gonna get shot and you gonna get bit. So a lot of dudes try to avoid confrontations in those areas because they know that, but at the same time, sometimes you can avoid a confrontation. Confrontation can come to you, and you're going to have to defend yourself one way or another, or just be brutalized all the way around the board. But a lot of dudes will try to avoid that, which also made it harder to avoid because you're up here with these gang members. And these gang members, they try to make statements. They're going to get you what they call on site. And they taking orders, so they ain't got no choice. They say, oh, well, if you see such, y'all better pop on them on site. This is what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that they're going to get shot, knowing that they're going to get bit, but this is what they signed up for. So now if you on the receiving end, if you got these dudes coming at you for whatever reason, then, it ain't no choice to be made but to fight. So if you in the kitchen or you outside or you in the block, you don't have no choice. So this is why a lot of them, by, like I say, 2020, if they was lucky and fortunate enough to make it off of the mountains and get back down to flatland, they had the scars to prove it, you know what I'm saying? And some of them I've met, young dudes, man, especially in that gang life, they had several scars. Oh, man, the dog bit me 4 times up there. Or, yeah, he got me 3 times. Oh, man, it's insanity, Who would have thought? You know what I'm saying? Especially not me. Who would have thought, man, when you do get locked up and you go to prison, and you know, the Bethlehem is Lord and King in prison. You know, because you really don't have to worry about getting shot. You ain't got to worry about a dude you beefing with, and you know, like on the street, then he shoot you today or he shoot you tomorrow. Y'all arguing, he pull out a gun and shoot you. That is gone. You don't have to worry about that. You have several other things to worry about, but a gun is not one of them. Now they bring that into the equation. So you now you got to worry about getting shot in prison. You understand me? Getting shot in prison. You know, by the people who's supposed to be safeguarding you, you know, governing you. This is who you gonna get shot by. I ain't never in my entire life, not to say it ain't happened, but not in my life, never heard about a convict or inmate shooting somebody in prison. You know what I'm saying? If it happened, it definitely ain't happened around me. You know, because I'm assuming if you got a gun in prison, you gonna try to walk up out there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but you had to worry about that. That was a real factor, man. When the 2000s rolled around, that was a real factor that you may just get shot. So yeah, it changed everything. And the dogs, you know, you gonna get bit, you know, and all of the stuff y'all heard about. You know, they put titanium teeth in the dogs and all. I believe there's a lot of truth to that, because I have seen a couple of them growling at me and see this silver look in their mouth and stuff like that. So, yeah, these dogs are trained to rip you apart, man. You know what I'm saying? Human beings. You know, yeah, to rip human beings apart. That's what they train for. This is what your life is reduced to when you behind them walls, man. You have absolutely no control besides, you know, your own person. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, them dogs, man, and them guns and them shields and all of that is reality in prison, man. This is why freedom is so sweet. You know, so sweet. You know, trust and believe me. I say it again for the millionth time. My brothers, my queens, and my kings, if you are out here in this free world, you are winning. You are winning way more than you know. You know, hard times gonna come, they gonna go. You know, tough times don't last, tough people do. But yeah, it's a fight every day in there, and you can't control it. You know, out here, you got somewhat control over what's gonna enter your life and what's not. You know, but in there, you're not afforded that luxury. You know, so yeah, be thankful, be grateful, man, be grateful. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Hope it's insightful. Hope it's gives you some insight, man. Hope it gives you something to think about, you know. And if you out there living that type of life out here in this free world, man, where you putting yourself at risk, I want you to understand what you're putting yourself at risk for. You know, yeah, ask yourself, is that worth it? You know, because these things that I just spoke of are just a portion of what goes on, you know, on the other side of the world over there. And also, it's nonstop, you know. Ain't no breaks, ain't no timeouts, ain't no, let me get myself together, or hold up, this is a little bit too crazy for me. Nah, once you're in there, you're in there. You know, once you in there, you are in there. So this is what gonna go with it. But I appreciate y'all listening to me. I appreciate y'all rocking with me as always. Y'all know I will be right back at you in boom, 24 hours. You know, 6 o'clock. You know, that's our time right there, man. So y'all be here. You know, don't meet me here, beat me here. You understand me? And I shall return, man. But y'all go check out all my other platforms, man. Banky Pound Prison Fitness, man, where we trying to get right for 2023. Y'all go check out the Living Life After Life podcast. We just close to dropping these interviews. And y'all check out that Purity Listeners, man. We whipping. So y'all go check it out, man. And appreciate everybody. Y'all check out the the merch store, man, and see if you can get something that you like. If you find something there that you like and you want to represent that TBP Nation, man, you get it, you put it on, you take a picture of it, and you send it to me, and I'm going to post it on all my platforms, man, and show my love right back to you, man, because I definitely appreciate it. And when you wear that, know that you represent positivity, you represent feed the positive and starve the negative, you represent motivation, inspiration, celebration of life. That's what we doing with this TBP Nation. And I know they say it's hard to get anywhere with a positive movement, but hey, we gonna prove them wrong, man, because that's the way we going, and we can't stop, won't stop. So TBP, man, I appreciate y'all out there. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. I'll be right back at you in a minute and duck them hooks. Boom! Sometimes they come right after the uppercut. I'm gonna do it slow so y'all can catch it. Boom, boom, you know. Boom, 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 boom. Be safe. Bam.
The banking special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young.
I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.